Max, I'm trying to hold on, Smith. Ain't that right? Appreciate all our wonderful followers, listeners, Scott. That's Katrina. Katrina, is that on? Kayla, okay. That woman nodded. There you go. He said, we here. So he waiting on us to get here. I'm appreciate you. Bill. All right, let's do this. Starship, that's a she making. Nephew E, Lachey. Let's do this before you take them down. Y'all get together. Give me a roll. Give me in your list who getting a check. Who in here already know? Who already got their numbers? Who know who? Is it one? Let me ask y'all though. Is it one person or is it like an order? Okay, let's see how things go. These folks might mess y'all up and don't get no checks. It ain't the right care. Kara, what's your plan when you came here today, Kara? You just here for the ball. Did you think about a check? Check ain't even come to your mind. When you go to work, you think about a check, though, right? You don't even think about getting paid when you go to work. Come on, big man. Come on, big man. We're not gonna. I try. Come on, big man. I try. Who goes to work and don't think about getting paid? Who does this? I'm letting them vote. Who go to work and don't think about getting? Where they go? I'm just at work. I ain't worried about it. They don't get people check. What they give you? So do you think about the direct deposit? That's them shoes again. Them not even shoes, Carrie. Carrie, your check's all the way out here. Carrie, this is where I work at. Let them put it. Tell me who y'all had up there in order. Y'all can't use him. Blandell, you on your way for a check. What you doing on that board? They're for humans. Oh, they saying Blandell. Yeah, Blandell. So who we got in? How many y'all had Carrie on y'all list? God. Was he first? How many y'all he was number one? God. Is there anybody else on y'all list? All right, we're just checking. All right. Carrie, all right away. Carrie shouldn't get no more check. I'll just close your eye for a minute, please. How many of y'all had him on y'all list? All right. All right, just put him down. Nobody had him up. We're just checking. All right, that's good right now. Everybody all right now? Too, to be alive with everything going on. It definitely something to think about when you look at where the world at today and where we're going and where we at. You know, definitely it's an illusion that people are not coming to grips with this thing is unfolding bad. I don't know if y'all kept up the news today when they blamed Israel today for a bombing of a hospital. How many of y'all didn't see that? Man, the mother done, man, they at night. They done went out. Joe Biden flew all the way out there to turn around and come back. He flew out, listen, this is true. He flew all the way to Israel to meet with them. They said Israel bombed the hospital. Them jokers told him, we don't have nothing to meet with you about. He landed all the way there, had to turn around and come back. They found out Israel didn't burn the hospital, didn't bomb the hospital though. They told him, they like, we didn't bomb no hospital. We wouldn't do that. They said them guys they said they got missiles so accurate, they could shoot through a window. Israel told them, Israel said, we didn't do it. But they already had blamed them for it. They went through, they pulled Hamas communication. I don't know if y'all heard it. They translated their communication where they were saying, they said, we just shot. They like, it was a dud. So it went up and it wound up hitting the hospital. He like, we did it? He said, yep, we did it. But they let Israel take the blame for it. So right at that point, they've had to evacuate Americans in Lebanon. A lot of Muslim countries had to be evacuated. What you call that they had there? The embassies, yeah, they got to get them out. So they're rushing Americans out, tell them don't fly, don't go back, don't even go in those countries. Because right now, and this is the problem you have with people. It's one thing you got upset because you felt like they bombed you, your people. But once you find out a lie, you can't keep going. That's what I don't get with nobody. It's one thing when you have vigor for something because you believe it. But once you wrong, what do? How do you back? This is why I have no respect for these people. You know, I've been pretty much quiet on the whole Israeli and the Palestinian conflict. One reason I don't think it'll be beneficial right now. It's just not. There's enough hate in the world right now. Jerusalem is our homeland, but we seek New Jerusalem. I'll be honest with you, the place getting destroyed, getting tore up now, is because the place had become an atrocity. It had become a disgrace on both ends. It was not just because of no Jewish people or no, what they want to call fake Jewish. If a person turned and believe in Shakar him, which is adore him, I don't know how you, that's stuff we bought from people, like saying people fake. then you have to actually say that nobody can be saved but the original people. You really have to watch what you say. Because you're going to be careful. You put, like you said, those people fake. If they should call him, worship him, okay? Then they have just as much legitimacy to him. The problem becomes now, I did not say they're doing it correctly. Because even Yahushua told him in Samaria, the one in Samaria, you should call him, you don't know what you're doing though. See, we know what we're doing, because we know where Yeshua come from. But the thing becomes, I wouldn't say every person is not honest that's doing it. I just think that people need to come to grips with just admitting your connection. You know, you're trying to say that you were there originally and that you were shipped off to Germany. We don't have writings for this. Germany was never Misraim. He said you were going back into Misraim. See, it's a lot of conflict with people come to say, everybody who goes through affliction, that the case just said the Indians, the so-called American Indians, just said they were Jews. Because they went through conflict, their land was taken from them, they were outcast. So it's a lot of stuff that people say and do. It's like, why poke at the bear right now? It's a disgrace, the whole thing, on both sides. It's a disgrace. To take one side is not to be fair, even though it's Jerusalem, because Jerusalem, it's a city that Elohim had established for an arm, for a people. And unfortunately, the people he subscribed it for, we didn't do, our forefathers, they didn't do a good job themselves. So really, when you think about it, let's just be practical. I was on board with that, you know, these fake Ashkenazi Jews, these fake, people say we fake, because we're not for them. But if a person adores him, if a person keep all the statutory rituals and rites to him, they got just as much connection to him as a person that's blood born. That's the problem you got. I mean, you know, because these groups, and I'll be honest with you, Hebrew Israelite groups, other groups, whatever we call ourselves, we don't even get along. And we'll talk about, I don't know 1, 2 groups that get along. And the sad part, we'll be talking about fighting each other and killing each other. Nigga, I'll kill you. So what do we believe? If we believe something, how did we get into I'll kill you, I want to fight you, when we claim to worship the same creator? We claim that the book is right, but for some reason we can't get along. It's not attracting other people. At some point, leaders, it's like, you got to blame the leaders, all of the leaders. I had to take a blame. Even though I hadn't said let's go out and do that. We've taken a lot of irresponsible comments. I'm saying we displayed them, we spoke them. A lot of things should have been addressed better on our end. But at some point I look at this, if a person honest, you will come back and correct whatever wrong. That's what you find for person true. A mistake can be made. I can prove it. A mistake's gonna be made. But what do you do when you find out it's a mistake? You know what? I'm too far in. That's how I'm like, anybody like that, don't fool with them. They dangerous. There should be a conviction from you as a human being. I was wrong. I need to repair this and fix it. This whole situation they got it up, both of those parties need to sit down and realize if both of those two people were honest, both of them will trace their lineage and know they don't have the time length to claim their land that they're saying. You appeared here. You came from somewhere. If these people sat down and both of them just stopped fighting to lies and sat down to what's true, now there is a people that can trace their lineage back to. And we can do that from the standpoint of the Torah. Everybody can't. And to say that is to say this. I don't want to use that as that would give us 2 things happen with that. Let's talk. Let's walk it while we're talking. How about that? Hold on. Hold on. Let me get this count right quick. This is I want to respect everybody. Carrie. Hold for a minute. I know good and done well. Come on, Smith. We ain't got time to play. Come on. You got to check. That's Kayla. My mama want to know what she got to check for, Kayla. That man just stuck my mama's name up out of nowhere. Ain't Smith. Can y'all believe that? Ain't Smith. They got Carrie, Dexter, Chris. Blameless? No. Come on, Chris, get that check. We ain't gonna have. That book though, it said let another man pray, did not thy own lip. It book, come on, my brother called. My brother said anytime somebody come and get booked. It ain't me. You think I get joy out of this? They prayed me. I didn't pray you. But you should have stayed humble. I'm humble. Well, humbly put that check up there. I appreciate it, Chris. That's on behalf of all the white people that claim her. Chris going to answer something wrong. He get one out. See that? See that? Well, now to see the folks, they've been watching y'all. Chris and Kara. Blundell going. I'm sick of this. Sheila said, amen. To which one of them getting a check? No, Nicole said, Haywood, Chris, Robert. I mean, Robert, simple question. But you know, I'm tell you what, Robert. I seen Robert back there, and I seen Robert been sitting down. Robert, are you any taller than what you been? You taller than what you were last time I seen you, Robert? Huh? How you know? Stand up, let me say. Come on, Robert. You still standing. Come on, Robert. Come on, Robert. Robert got a check. The man got up and he's still going up. We had to check. Rob just want to check, Rob. That's all. Josh said, oh, Josh Smith, he getting one. Michael Covenant, Kerry, Chris. You and Austin, you see that? This your friend. Porky Mike, you got a check and you at home. Said Shalom. Appreciate it, said. Derry said, Dwayne and Chris. What Dwayne at? Dwayne, you better be real careful. You better be real careful. Your name don't pop on it. Folk, when they name pop up here, I'm watching. Look at him. Kerry, Chris, Cam, John, and Princess. Cam the only one got a break today. He the only one. But you can get one at home now. Chanel said Kerry, Chris, and Cam. Isaiah said definitely Robert. Come on, Robert. Let's see. We're going to see if it's definitely you. Boogie, keep my name out your mouth. Come on, Princess. We're not having that fight. We're not having that fight. G. Mars, Shalom family, we him. We appreciate that. Come on, we're not having that. We're not having no, y'all know, we're not having no infight. Where was she thinking? Where Robert at? Come on, Robert. That's how I taught you. But you keep my name. That's Washington. No, you can't. These people honest. You better keep my name. Them fighting words. Okay. Come on, Robert. Let me see, Robert. Now I want you to make. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna let it. Come on, Robert. Robert ain't even got a mess, Robert. Robert, there's no way. Come on, Robert. Go on back to back. Hold on, stand back to back. No, turn away. And me and Robert same height. Robert, don't be trying to lean backward, Robert. Stand up straight. Robert, come on, Robert. You get a check. Robert, you can't tell you don't grow, Robert. Come. I try my best to work with people. Y'all know I'm very fair, right? You glad you got your blind glass. How we doing, friend? That's somebody's friend right here, cousin. Cousin. What's up, cousin? Come on, check man. What's your name, cousin?
William.
Come on, William. Can he talk?
Yes.
What's your name? Come on, William. He can't read. What you got? You all right? What's your name? William. How you doing? How you related to them? You don't know. Come on, William. Get a check. Come on, man. That man in the house. That man probably come on, William. Come on, William. Good to get him. I'm put a dirham. Put a check right there, William. Just put a check mark. Just a check mark. Hey, thank you, William. Thank you. Man, come to sir. Y'all bring somebody up. Make sure y'all go over the family tree, how y'all related. Man, no, he don't know how he related. We can't do that. Huh? Okay, he's somewhere. Oh, she said he related because he a crackhead. That makes sense. That's the best connection right there, isn't it right? Don't come in, don't even know how they related. So just so you know, welcome to the Way of Y'all Synagogue. You're officially welcome now, ain't that right? Again, I don't know what's going on here. Man, I don't know how it related, just him. I'm sorry, y'all. Listen, that's not my baby. If y'all had sat down and stopped, if anybody asked you how we related, that man said, I don't even know. You can't do that. And the police stop y'all and say, hey, how y'all know each other? I don't even know. They're like, all y'all going to jail. All right, that's good. Appreciate all y'all too. So we'll be looking out for all them people y'all put up here. All right, let's see what we got up here. Let's go ahead. Let's look at Romans 15:4 for those watching. Again, I'll hardball y'all at home too. Members, visitors, watchers, future members, everybody that are among on Yahuwah, they're trying to come into the knowledge. Definitely appreciate all you guys and you taking time out to be here with these crazy people. Good to see it. Why all y'all people were before? I was sitting here with like 5 members. Danny had all my members, Hosty at home, and then the Mormons. Ryder need to make some more kids. Where you at for his birthday? Yeah. Yeah, Sarah, think about that one. Romans 15:4. Let's look at this. Romans 15:4. Listen to the book.
for whatever nikatah before.
It's out in the hallway and not in him. So whatever was written before,
nikatah telemeters.
It was written to teach us, to show us, and to instruct us.
So that through endurance,
in going through without quitting or giving way,
and through the nakum of the ketubim,
and through the writings, and through the consolation or the comfort of the writings,
we might have tikva.
Might have tikva. Y'all know that's our foundation, very important. But I was talking to you guys about how there are people that can lay claim to him from blood lineage, but the connection that he was actually trying to establish for us, which is the most important, is by amunah. Even with our captivity, it allowed for him dispersing us out. Do y'all understand how he kept us contained, like in the teeth? That, like, people typically put things in a basket so things don't get out or to keep things from getting in. I mean, that just shows you the workings and the ideas of Yahuwah, the fact that he allowed us to be dispersed and scattered. It gave us an opportunity to intermingle. Everything he told us not to do, we did it. We weren't supposed to marry any of these other goyim. What did we do? Which gave them an opportunity to have a part. I'm gonna need to check whose phone that was. Whose phone? That was your phone. Come on, Jahid, Tim working. I definitely ain't been bother no working, man. The man back there working for Tim with us. We can't say that about everybody. Did anybody have Jahid pick? The kids said they did. They know better for each other. Don't let them say it. And you can't be threatening these kids. Give yourself 2 chairs. These kids ain't bothering nobody. What's wrong with your ear? No, they're all right. I'm gonna get some cookie dough and give it to you. What can you do with it? Oh, I can see you, you little Keebler. I believe he said he can bake it. I say a little Keebler. That's a nice little ear. What you trying to get? Chip oil? I know it'll take a while. That's their competitors. But anyway, what we're trying to do, I think, is to understand a practice that was given and that was done. Let's see that. Alah Ha Dabarym. I try to move quick. So if y'all can, Alah Ha Dabarym, they call Deuteronomy 7:1. Alah Ha Dabarym, they call it Deuteronomy 7:1. Rain. This is Alah Ha Dabarym. Deuteronomy, they'll call it 7:1. Listen.
When Yahuwah, your all, brings you into the Arats, where you are entering to possess it, and clears away many Goyim from before your Pani, the Kittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Cherizzites, and the Jebusites, 7 Goyim greater and stronger than you. And when Yahuwah, your all, delivers them before your Pani, and you defeat them, then you shall utterly destroy them. You shall make no berith with them, nor show your favor to them. And you shall not intermarry with them. You shall not give your banuth to their banim, nor shall you take their banuth for your banim. For they shall turn your bani away from following me to serve other mighty ones. Then the anger of Yahuwah shall be kindled against you, and he shall quickly destroy you.
So now what just happened? You just moved out of a state where you were, quote unquote, what we say kind of dear to him, that you became an enemy simply because you trespassed or you missed the mark. It's so important to understand the ideology of what he was trying to get us to do. He was trying to procure to himself a people, at the same time make them kudash by keeping them separated from other nations. I guess it makes sense to refer to us as the Benim of Adam, or when he referred to one, he would call him the Ben of Adam. Because if you look, typically a son will have the trait of. We have the same trait. When you tell us not to do something, that's the very thing we're going to do. They had a prayer, one of the Lord, I went where you told me not to go. I did what you told, but hear me now. And I mean, honestly, it's kind of funny that we say it, but it's truthful. We have a behavior where when we're told something, it's just natural that we go against it. So it makes sense that he used that to be in a work to a favor for us. It worked to be a favor to us. Everything that we wound up doing, he wound up working it for us, then it came back to be a favor to us, because it wound up working to us being still kept here today. And it also opened up an opportunity for other Goyim, other nations, to even be a partaker. One was by blood lineage, is how we basically looked at trading it. But then when you look, it was already some mixture mixed in. Just like we look at Tamar. When Yehuda took Tamar, he got Benin by her 2 sons, which is his daughter-in-law. What nation was she from? She was not Yehudi. So you can see where we sprouted out from other venues in order to be created, and sometimes with us. And it's important, I think, that we understand this. That's why I hadn't fought the whole thing. They fake Jews. A lot of stuff, you see it after a while. If you really get honest about things, you'll really start looking at the conversation and stuff you waste time into, and you'll kill a lot of time because you'll come back to the same ignorance that a lot of people have today. This is not by blood lineage as we assumed it to be now. This whole thing has come back to be by Amunah. But he's looking for people that will be keepers, that will guard the Dabar. Y'all got what I'm saying? Once it's given, you will defend to make sure you don't lose it, it's not taken away. They said, see that no man take your crown. So what do you have to do? You got to be willing to defend. Because that's taken, when you take a malak, what they would call which is an emperor, or you talk about a king crown, then you take away his authority. So he's giving us authority. You got to make sure you don't lose it. This is our connection. Our obedience is the thing that he's given us to make this connection that we're supposed to have with him. A lot of times with the different groups that we all have, still, I mean, we don't refer to people as Aki and Aku that are not typically in the congregations that we assemble, but we are all people that are striving to keep to do. And I think in doing that, we should take less energy of trying to kill one another, because where a person is where until he transform or he allow the information to increase. And that's all going to be based off of how honest you are in your endeavor. Are you a person that's willing to make changes when you hear truth? Or you a person, well, this how we are, it don't make no difference. We can change, but nobody else can change. It becomes dangerous, especially with where we're at today. It's so imperative that people sit back and really consider the relationship. Really consider, like I told you guys before you make a move or opinion about, make sure that you're considering where does this put you when it comes to fulfilling the writings. Writings are being fulfilled even still today. So you got to make sure when you're playing, where does this put you at? You know what I'm saying? Does it put you where you are a friend, which is a rayah, or does it put you as a foe? You got what I'm saying? That you became an enemy. So it's very imperative that we start to consider decisions and conversations and relationship, because the main thing we're trying to do is to formulate a relationship with him. And this all starts with first obedience. It has to be fear, and it has to be obedience. For people that's really trying to strive to get the Ruach HaKodesh, don't try to make it a book drive without making it sit down and being logical and being practical about where you at. How important is this to you? If somebody throw down a little small piece of chewing gum, how important is that to you? Out on the ground, how important is that to you? Jerry said, how important is that to you? Because it don't affect you in either way. And these are things we have to consider. A lot of times we have gotten ourselves into things when really it doesn't really have a whole lot to do with us when it comes down to an effect, but we'll tend to put time into something. I use that little small analogy, but we'll put a lot of time and effort in some things when you look at, if anything, it takes me away from what I'm trying to do. And these are things that you really got to kind of consider. You find yourself struggling and fighting things a lot of time. I was telling my wife about a lot of things that I did fight, and I made fights about them. When I look back, consider that was more about me. That was more about me. Feel like I don't want nobody to take nothing from me. I don't want to look weak. I don't want to look like somebody can just take something from me. And a lot of times your problem becomes, a lot of people don't even have those opinions. These are opinions you formed about yourself. And these will be insecurities about yourself. You might not want to address it and say it is, because like, I don't want to look weak. Who do people tell you look weak? So a lot of times you'll think what people ain't even thinking about you. A lot of times people are concerned about their own self. People got their own hang up, they got their own things they're trying to repair or fix, and you will start doing things based off of other people's opinion. How much do other people's opinion play a part in your salvation? So now you have to start looking at that. What a person said, what does that really, does it add something to me? Because you can block. You can block it. I don't have to receive it. I don't have to even entertain it. Versus I engage it and not waste time in it when, where we at now, we're in the last days. This thing coming down to soon, it'll be down to minutes, from a day to minutes, to hours, minutes, and seconds, and we out of here. It really is. And to people, it might not seem that way, but I mean, if y'all look, This whole thing is spilling quickly. In Germany today, they just had I think they had a synagogue shooting or bombing in Germany. So, I mean, in Sweden, they had a couple of people killed. So, I mean, this thing is moving, it's brewing. It's brewing, these states are brewing. It's a lot going on. They're just trying to keep it from out of the news so other people don't more or less kind of enter join it. But for me, my fight is I'm fighting a good fight of Amanah. That's why I'm at. People, what you on the side of Jews? You on the side? Man, I'm on the side of right. And that's where you got to be when it come down to the end of the day. Mushar is Snibbity Bell. When two Akeem were fighting one another, he's the sir, why y'all wrong each other? That's something we don't address. You know what, with all the groups, including us, why none of these groups get together and say, let's start the fight? I've yet to find any of these groups get together and say, let's get everybody on page and say, what are we doing fighting? If we're for the truth, then let's just keep going for the truth. But it's always, I want to dominate somebody. If somebody got more playtime than me, I want them to be under me or be with me so I can look bigger. Is it about you or is it about him? That being honest, all these movies, I don't subtract us out. Don't do that. But for every one of us, what's your motivation for what you're doing? Because we got to reach people. You can be more affected by the truth and just making sure you live a life. That's just being honest. I mean, fighting folk to get time to do what? People come out for that stuff. They ain't coming out to try to get no truth. I can set up a debate with somebody. People gonna come. They gonna come to see a fight. They gonna come to see who look bad. They ain't gonna come for no this. I'm coming because I want to know what the truth is. I have been struggling in this area. I've been struggling concerning this issue. Nobody come to a group ever come. Everybody come to see a fight. And a lot of folks, a lot of time you get entangled, they ain't living that anyway. Because if they would, you ain't gonna believe it. They wouldn't even be there. Because they already realize I ain't gonna get nothing from it. Y'all get up here and get the name calling. You need security. What you need security for? Folk break out fighting. So where's Elohim in this? Where's it going to benefit people? At some point, as leaders, we have to start looking at decision, how you let members lead you into the stupid, dumbest, boneheaded decision versus sitting out looking at, we have to look at what's beneficial for the congregation, what's beneficial for us. So for me, these are things I'm inquisitive about. Our relationship. Is it a fabricated relationship or is it realistic? And when you look at realistically, we want to look at these things. Just like him. This was a relationship being formed. That's why he was able to give him this decree. This wasn't given to the other nations concerning Yasharal. So you know what? Yasharal couldn't go around hoping nobody try to come and try to marry me because I can't marry her. Other people don't know your laws. They carry that to hit that. They don't know it until you tell them. They looking at it, I don't know why we can't be together. But you know what your laws are. See, a lot of times we want to try to enforce them. He never told them to teach them to other people. So this is the problem here. Don't expect other people to play the part that you're looking to play as the opponent. Looking at that, they don't have your information. So not having your information doesn't allow me to understand what you're doing. So a lot of things you say are going to look impractical to me or unpractical. So it's important for you to realize, I know what he told me. I know what my marching orders are. I don't check my marching orders with nobody. There's no group I call. There's nobody I watch. I don't YouTube you. I don't do it. I just don't have the time. If you preach the truth, I don't have the time. Because if you are, my palau is always that you will continue and be strengthened to do it. And I would ask you that you do the same for me. But even if you don't, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm already minded. You got what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's about making sure everything we do is a benefit. Y'all got it. And a lot of times people have been benefited in a lot of our buffoonery. I'm talking wasting time fighting each other, wasting time with a lot of foolishness. The people haven't benefited. People can laugh and all that can be funny, but the people not getting that out of it. Your soul is the most precious thing you got. That's it. Your soul, your life attached to your soul. So you have to be so minded about things that you do and that you interlock into in relationship because you're talking about your soul. A lot of things play on your soul, and that's your life. So you got to think about it. He said the soul that sinneth. So how do you think when they had that understanding, heard that understanding, what did you think they understand what about Kamin Katal? The soul that sinneth, it shall die. Huh? Avoid it? Got to. Because everything was contingent on death. He let them know that if you commit sin, you're going to die. Ain't no which sin. Sin. So which sin I shouldn't commit? Sin. So which sin is a smaller sin? Which the greater sin? Sin. So once you told me the soul that sinned, it shall die, I ain't worried about nobody talking about, not this one. Listen, all of them. it makes a difference about what you agree with and what you enjoin yourself to. See, when we start to get that understanding, then we start looking at making practical decisions. A lot of times the decisions we make, they're just not practical. And you have to sit down and look at when you talking about your soul. So he gave them some things to understand that for they shall turn your benim, your sons away from following me. This is important, which means basically we talk about they're following my steps to do what?
Serve.
So they'll serve me. They'll shakar me. From following me to serve other mighty one, other Elohim, then the anger of Yahuwah shall be kindled against you, and he shall quickly
destroy you.
So, you find out it's hard on me that it's on them. Sometimes people wonder why, because you got the Torah. You got the orders, you got the letters, you got the instructions, so why wouldn't it be harder to you? You and another kid sitting outside, one of the neighbor kids, y'all break the one at the house. Your parents come outside, whoop the other kid. Other kid go home, I'm gonna beat your behind. Now you can tell me about the other kid was throwing rock. But you know what I see. Y'all remember that? How many of y'all parents came in and whooped both the kids? Sometimes even if it was a cousin or somebody, they won't get them like that. It'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's something drastic. But typically they're just, I'm gonna get you. Because they're constantly looking at what I know what I told you. That's how we have to look at the Torah. A lot of time for us, you know how we do, get mad. They should have got a whipping too. They're not mine. Not to the degree that you are. So you don't realize why you suffer and why you get punished the way you do, because you belong to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I go marry a Hittite, a Jebusite. He said, I'm gonna quickly kill them. I'm gonna get you. Basically, I look at them like the neighbor kid. I'm gonna send them away, but you knew better. See, a lot of time, I'm gonna tell you what I find with us. I know. We constantly keep running into the same rut because you keep looking, you keep doing the same thing. As long as you keep doing the same thing, you can't get a different result. A lot of times we're not really sitting down and strategizing what technique should I use in order to kind of get past this? What technique should I start applying in order to become better at situations that I usually get hung up at? And a lot of times we don't do that. A lot of the same practices we do or we've done to get in a situation are some of the same practice we continue. Y'all got what I'm saying? How this works for us was showing us by going back looking at the writings, we're able to see where people's defects were, where people's faults were. And we go back and look at these defects and these faults, then we start to learn to be better. You know what I'm saying? You look at other people today, you'll find great players. You ain't gonna believe it. They studied people that came before them. None of these guys picked up no football, picked up no basketball, started running and just came with their own style. You catch any boxer, anyone, they're gonna tell you they studied somebody. They studied somebody and learned, then they want to learn when they did fall, when they did get beat, what happened? So they learn to try to counteract that when that same thing might appear to them, they learn to try to counteract. So that's how they set the bar high every time. You look at man getting fast because man studied, man came before him. Only problem man don't do, man won't study the word and look at why you're not victorious in your living. More or less, you're not victorious, you're victimized. And the only way to change that is to sit down and become conscious and realize, is this something that you're really trying to do, or is it a pastime? See, that's the detriment about their wealth. For a lot of people, really, it's just a pastime. This got to be something you got to be willing to apply yourself with. It has to be daily. It can't be something you pick up Wednesday. It can't be something you pick on Shabbat Yom, Layla Shabbat Yom. This is something you have to have in your practice or your walk. You got to have this in your meditation. You got to have this in your thing. You got to make sure in your conversation. Sometimes before you answer fast, let me slow down. He even told, let me slow to speak. What about Rail? What about hearing? He said, when you put it, man, you heard that quick. People don't say what they say. Man, you jumped out of quick. You got mad quick. That's what they tell. When anybody told her, man, you heard that quick and start. No, we don't never get there. Usually you jump or you spoke too fast or you did. We always fast at the wrong end. He said, I want you to be quick to do is quick to hear. I want you to be slow to speak. If you want to consider, don't put something out your mouth you can't do. Sometime in the heat of a person feel good, you'll say a lot that you can't do. So it's just better to slow it down and wait and let me consider. Because I always got to remember, if you had, we'll start our practice, where does this put me with the writings? Because these have to be complete. So right now, this is how we'll look at it. We'll look at the book as a bunch of incomplete parts in it. Like people said, fragments. So you're going to come in, you're going to fill all those parts. Those are voids, we'll call it. You're going to come in, you're going to fill those voids with your life. Hello? We're talking about the parts, we're going to fill the part where he looked for where a GUI should be that should call him, that adores him. That part won't fill in. You've already filled in the other parts. You know, they had that story, have a story that said, fill in the blank. You remember that? You had that filling. That's what you're doing, fill in the blank. When you read, I want you to be this person. Y'all got it? Okay, I'm just making sure. He said once he's ain't gonna come on. Let's look at something right quick with Abraham. See if that's the 10 Barashit. See that 10, 11. Let me see 11 and 9. Let me just say that one. Come on down. Let me see 12 and 1. Okay. Let's see. This is Barashit. They call it Genesis. The proper name is Barashit. Let me say this. I don't know what I'm doing just now. I try not to. Well, 12 and 1. Genesis is okay. It's just a Greek word saying, I guess, beginning. And the reason I say it's okay, because I mean, it's their language. It's not a word he doesn't know. It's still their word. But for me, I just think it's beneficial if we come back to what he said. With going back and looking at, starting to enunciate the words, understand the words, I think it gives us a better ideology of what we're supposed to do. I always go to the height of beginning, height start of where it might be at. And it's important for us because here in the height of it is when he told us the end. That's when he told us the end in the beginning. So it's so important that he made it that as we're going along, it's always telling us a story that's going to relate to the end of what we're trying to do. And I appreciate that fact in reading because it's nothing new under the Shamash. It's coming right back again. You know, there was a GUI before that did not admire him, that did not harm him with their whole love. And he cast those people away. And we became that same people. And no matter how much he chastised these people, the more he chastised them, the more they got away from it. Look at us. How hard is it to relate to these people? So now, this is what you want to remember. So when we made the decision to not do and not to stay studious in what we were doing, then at that point we left a lot of writings void. A lot of writings were void. When I say void, not that they're void, that they're of none effect, but it's void for the fact that these are slots that should have been filled. Y'all got what I'm saying? Because if when we read and he say what a man should do, a ish or a isha, a woman, these are roles that you have to fill in. That means I have blank spots and I need you to fill them in. When it came down, when he told us, when he saw the land had given itself over to different practices and to sorcery, he talked about, and he sought for somebody. Who was it? Who? Who? That's right, a man to stand in the gap, to make up the head. So I have a void here. I need someone to come and stand in the gap and fill this in. This is how I want you to look at yourself. I know people look at, well, that's the preacher job. Stop putting everything on a preacher. Because he never called for preachers. He called them for unashamed. The whole book, Uyakra, it was not by just calling preachers. It was calling us to something to let us know what the behavior was. And a lot of times people use excuses versus let's start getting here and let's start making sure we start filling the void. That's why it's a void in our life, because you're not trying to fill in the voids he have here missing. He's just looking for somebody to stand up and be a witness. Somebody to do something different. But a lot of times you want to go with the crowd and try to do what's popular. How does this work for you, though, when it comes down to your ruachness spiritually? See, let me tell you something. Ain't nothing like being spiritually void. When that spiritual void is there, man, that's suicide. That's why I want to kill him, because I felt like it was a void. I had things, I had money, I had a car, I had a relationship, I had a place to stay. None of these things were the problem. It was just I had something missing in here. And if you don't fill it in, you're just a person living, and it's just a matter of time. You're a time bomb. People don't realize when a person does not obtain the Ruach HaKodesh, that's not the endeavor. You're dealing with a dangerous person. I know y'all, but see, y'all comfortable. It don't matter because they make you tickle, and you don't realize it's more to life than just being tickled. Because that's not your endeavor, then what are you trying to seek? A man either trying to do one or two things. If he says, seek ye first the Malkut Elohim, if you ain't seeking it first, what you doing? You ain't seeking nothing? You got to be seeking something. So these things are important, and we have real conversation. Then you challenge a person on what they're doing. I mean, why is it important? I'm just curious. Do you care about yourself? You know, you try to make it plain and possible because people are not practical. He's not asking you to do something outside of your ability. You really have to sit down and consider how important is it for you to obtain the Ruach HaKodesh. Do you feel like it's even needed in order to escape this? Okay. You know what I mean? People put an effort, it's families that will put a drive on education. Because you're not going to stay in my house and put your feet on my table and be no dummy. You're not finna go out here and be on no street, not while I'm living. I will beat you. I will make you, because you will not be a dummy here. You going to high school, you're going to finish school, and you're going to college and complete. Because that's their drive. They feel like that's an avenue to keep them from poverty, keep them from prison, keep them from gain. So why the same drive ain't there for obtaining the Ruach HaKodesh? That better. I'd rather have a kid with a Ruach HaKodesh work down there at Kroger's, pushing buggy, and have a kid that's got the degrees. And I know how we do it, being a doctor, lawyer, whatever it is, and you ain't and your endeavor ain't it being saved. I done lost you anyway. All that you gain is to lose your soul. I would like to have the feeling, no, I know my kids are doing well. I know they're, minded. This is something they'll consider. I don't have to worry about that. Versus I got to worry about you, worry about decisions you make, worry about you getting a bad person, worry about you getting put in a bad situation. But that's not something we do, because we typically do what we see society do. In society, the brag is my kid is. My kid is doing. My kids are doing. Are your kids saved? Because this is not, who has this conversation? Who has this conversation? People don't have that conversation. People say, where I go. You stop and say, let me ask you, where you are in far as relationship-wise? I'm in a good place. Okay, do you have the Ruach HaKodesh? I be trying. Is that the answer? So I'm just telling you, you need to look at, you can't answer the question. You ain't got a whole lot of time to play. I'm just being honest. You can't answer the question. It's nothing else for you to do. Let me tell you something. Alah Ha Dabarym, those watching here, we're having real conversation. Real conversation involves what people don't want to deal with. You can talk about other stuff. We can talk about writing them out. We can talk about doing it. We can talk about going here. We can talk about we're going to do this. Let's talk about where you at with Ruach HaKodesh. Because that's what you came here for. And you hadn't obtained it. Now, we're going to look at two problems. It's either going to be me, you, or both of us. Now, people don't want to talk about that. It's not hard. It's either me or you, or it's both of us. See, this is real conversation. This is what people are going to come along. People are going to use a lot of words. People are going to do a lot of clapping. People are going to do a lot of singing. If you don't have the Ruach HaKodesh, you're not going to make it. Hello? Okay. Let's see something. See if that's right quick. See that Abarym. See that 12 and 14 right quick. I want to come back here, though. I ain't going nowhere. I try to get y'all out of here, who are willing. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do though. Abarym, they call Hebrews. Listen, matter of fact, take me to 10 since we're here. What we're gonna do, you remember pin the tail on the donkey? I'm gonna pin you down. We're gonna pin everybody down. I'm not calling what you think. I wasn't saying that like trying to in a clever way call you a batute or behind. You remember that game, the object was to pin the tail on the donkey? The object is to pin all of us down. Pin all of us down to what we were supposed to come here and get. Everybody. And I told y'all that for those that watched me and those that gave up what they had to come here, and I know I said it many times, you came here because you believed in something. You believed in what you heard. You trusted me. You put a lot of trust and confidence. You went against every probably what people thought better judgment or advice because you were pursuing something. It was something that you felt like you really had to do this. this was pressing more than everything that you were doing. It felt like you gave up a lot. You were working, and you were almost there, and you were making it, and you just like you threw everything away for this man. It was not for me. It was for the fact your drive was you wanted to make sure you was right, and you couldn't set no longer. And regardless of what people thought, this was more pressing. And I would be negligent to not continue to keep pushing that on you to make sure you will not come here and sit down and just be comfortable. I'm going to pin you down. Because every time you can't answer, that means we got a problem. You got to go back to the drawing board. You know what I'm going to tell you? Like, you want to go back and do your first works over. And you'll appreciate me later. Hate me now, that's fine. And I ain't even mad at you. You hate me with everything you got. Because I'm going to work with everything I got to make sure I'm going to pin you down. You're not going to keep showing up to class and you don't have everything you need. You're not going to do it. It's impossible. Doesn't make sense. I mean, it's not fair. It ain't right. And every preacher should do that. This thing ending. I can't stress that. It's ending. We ain't getting closer to the beginning. Man, we light years from the beginning. We right at the end now. And you came to get something. I want to make sure you get it. These young people, they deserve that opportunity. Whether they make that decision, and right now it's in the hands of the parents to make sure we are the motivators, we are the pushers, that you watch us and you see what we exemplify. And we're going to give you the truth from us and what you're going to bring and make sure you get the truth. And whatever decision you make from that will be your decision. But let's at least get them a fair chance. For a lot of us, we came with, I ain't have no teacher about no holiness. When I first came about none, I knew about some Baptists. That's about what I knew about some Baptists. I knew Baptist was right because Jesus was Baptist. And he got baptized. He started the first Baptist church. And I stood on that till a man said, what that say? I said, what? He said, what? I said, I was kind of started to look like, you pretty dumb, you don't know that. And he looked at me like, that pretty dumb what you just said. I'm thinking, yeah, it might be dumb, but I heard it from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? He said, what did you, I said, you know what, I just recited something. And it hurted me because I looked at, I didn't know. I knew I didn't know, but I wasn't finna say I didn't know. I said, just keep squirming. Keep squirming. You know what I'm saying? Just keep squirming around. What John the Baptist, that wasn't a religion. I'm thinking, oh my goodness. But John the Baptist, I mean, and you just realize how much stuff you recite that you never thought about. John the Immerser, they call it, the Immerser was not a church. This is what people were known by, their occupation, their family lineage, or something that they done. They knew he was one that immersed people. He was immersing people. He was establishing a way, and people said he started a church. You know what I'm saying? And you just take stuff, and for a lot of these religions, when you pin us all down, there's not a lot of concrete facts to a lot of things. We just kind of look at, that's why I like having real conversation. A lot of times, we can do this, and I harp that, I told you this, but let's deal with us. I'm gonna tell y'all something, okay? This flat. This ain't us. This us right here, okay? We are trying to see, this is what we're trying to do. I'm trying to get that in me and in you. So this is a practice. That's all this is. This is a practice. We're talking about practice. We're talking about practice. Practice, all right? That's what we're trying to take that and put this in here. Now, this is impractical. Can we see what impractical is? Y'all want the truth? Well, that's all I'm ready to give you. Let's get the truth. And the truth is, when you get us all down to, well, you know what? That makes sense. So now I know how to look at this. What we do, first thing person, I want to live right. I want to get say, okay, let me start shoving this book down your face, shoving it down your throat. It's impractical. Because there's too many things you don't know, and you're going to take it because you're trying to be honest, you're trying to follow and get along, and you'll have a whole lot of years of a whole lot of scripture, a whole lot of quotation, and it don't fit you. Because you never dealt with you. You never sat down and you never stripped yourself apart and never looked at, this is not me. This is supposed to transform me. But I have to be in a certain mind state for that to happen. You sit here and talk teeth and tongue fall out your mouth about this stuff. If I'm not there, I'm just saying, I ain't there. You say, boy, what's wrong with you? You retarded? Son, is you Satan? Everything you saying is just bouncing. I'm trying to figure, if that's what I am because you can't get me to understand why me and this not connecting? So you have to know self in order to get here to know how much validity do I give this? Come on, it's some stuff you read. I ain't putting a whole lot of stock in it. That's how I ain't putting a whole lot of stock in everything I read. When I say a whole lot of stock, I didn't look at every word. Every word. You looked at bits and pieces that fit that you can take, you can use. And you got to be honest with yourself if you're going to get real results. Okay, let's see this. Impractical. Of an object course of action, not adapted for use or action, not sensible or, I'm just being honest, it's not realistic. It's not realistic based off of what I'm trying to do. I met this whole other day, and I was hollering at her, trying to get with her. Now, just having that conversation there, how that fit? Can you put that word back up there? The words, the Dabarym when I say the words. Based off this, it's not practical. What I'm trying to get this to get in me when I just told you about this whole I was trying to holler at yesterday. Let me clear this up. This is all made up as an example. Stop it. Stop it. You know somebody at home just said, somebody hollered at a hoe yesterday? No, I didn't. I'm trying to get you to see, based on if that's where I'm at and this happening. You know how far removed I am from this? I'm too far removed. Now, I can come here and cry because some came and some convicted me, but it's impractical, it's not sensible, and it's not logical, and it's not realistic that I'm trying to obtain the whole Ruach HaKodesh, that I'm actually trying to walk in a completeness with him when I just told you from conversation where I'm at. When we start looking at this involves a conversation with your reaction. Why do you think when they laid down, they had to think on it? When they got up, they had to talk about it. When they walked with their radar, they had to talk about it. It had to be on their doorpost. When they set out, they had to talk, because their conversation, with that conversation, it's not practical that I'm talking about the T.W.O.Y constantly and me and a hole we're finna hook up. It don't fit. Y'all see what I'm saying? But what happens, we leave too many gaps in conversation, we leave too many gaps in action to, guess what? It becomes practical that you can't obtain it. That's why you say, I know I ain't gonna be saved. I mean, I'll keep coming, but I already know, you know, you can feel you ain't gonna be saved. And that's practical because of why? Hands. Practical why? Tell me why it's practical. I can't hear you. Not doing the work. Close enough, you scared, Wayne. I believe it. See, Anna. I'm gonna give you a check for not believing. Come on, Val. Come on, that's right. Come on, you ain't believe in it. You're right. That's right. Because what happens, we know where we are. So thinking of obtaining, I knew for myself, I was like, I'm going to get it, but it's a certain seriousness you need to really have about the word and your relationship to obtain it. Appreciate it, Sweat. It's being honest. It's not that you can't do it. It's just you got to be realistic to the point of certain things that don't fit. They don't fit when you're trying to obtain the Ruach HaKodesh. And you have to look at these things. You have to consider these things. When obtaining the Ruach HaKodesh, we're talking about taking a Ruach that's of separation that he grants you. Now, if this is a Ruach that he gives me of separation, what am I in? What am I in order to obtain it? Think before you answer. Because I know what you're thinking to say. Think before you answer. He's giving me a Ruach of separation. What am I in? Who? A group? Enjoying? Okay, that's 2 checks. I'm asking y'all, what am I in? What state am I in? I'm sorry if I went clear. Before you put the check, let's reverb. You come on, though, Des, because your name's on that board. Yeah, you still get that check. If you ain't, where Granville at? That's a check right. He ain't keep up with Granville. He is somewhere loose in that line. I am Granville. What is your name? Why do I have no toes? The rats ate them all. Do you have some more crackers? I have 1 toe left. So now, that's the man downfall. We don't want to go at that though. But then again, if it's there, it's there. I ain't know what we can do. He's still going. He can walk, right? Yeah, we got to take it. So listen, as long as he can foot the bill. So now, when we look, come on. You have told missing and still foot the bill, can't you? So now, So when I ask you about that, typically if I told you to do this, okay? If I told you to separate the clothes, what was the state of the clothes? They were all together, all right? So we'll go there. So when I told you, what state am I in if I get the Ruach HaKodesh, I figured someone would say that I was in a bad state, but that wouldn't make, it's not practical. Because in order to get the Ruach HaKodesh, this is a seal on something that's already been set aside. You know, it don't make sense. John in drunkenness and homonging and everything wrong, and I'm gonna get the Ruach HaKodesh. That makes no sense. There's no motivation for change. See, the motivation of obtaining is to come out of. When he told me in 2 Corinthians 7 and about 14, wherefore do what? Come out from among who? And do what? Be badal, separated. And I will do what? And I will receive you, and you shall be my benin and my banuth, my sons and daughter, which means now I'm going to give you a trait. In order to be a son and father, they said, somebody say, hey, that's my dad. They're for the quit line. That man ain't your dad. Or they're going to look at resemblance, or the person going to say, that is my child. That's okay, y'all related by blood. Or they're going to try to figure out, is that somebody you just saying you're a child? Or you saying that's your father or mother? Or is that somebody you actually related to? Here you become actually related. So in order for you to obtain that, what state you had to be in? So I already had to be in a separated state. See what I'm saying? I already had to be doing work that's conducive toward. See, what people trying to do is get somebody in another state. It don't make sense. That's why he said you had to first come out. You understand? To be separated. So giving you the ruach of separation it already is conjoined to what you're doing. It's conducive. You're doing it. Why? When you obtain it. So you're trying to obtain it, so you don't realize what a state you need to be in. So that's why it becomes impractical, because you're not understanding some things. You have to already be walking in a certain type of behavior, okay? When we looked at, so let me get this right quick. This is 12:14 of Abarym. They call Hebrews, okay? Listen.
For they disciplined us for a few hours.
He's talking about a father and how a father chastises his son as
seemed best in their own.
See that? He said, so now he's trying to tell us in the state, in order for us to understand the correction that we obtain from Elohim, because we murmur, we grumble, we complain, just like we did with our normal father. But now he's telling us this correction works for a far betterment. A lot of times we say, hated my daddy growing up, hated that joker, whipping, fussing, hated all that stuff. I appreciate I missed the old man. Because I look at how it played a part in my development now. Okay, so I learned how to take certain things, and he taught me how to, you catch on real quick the first time. Because that very time, I don't like repeating myself. So I know I need to stay on edge for what you're saying, because I know what's going to come behind it. He said, I don't like to repeat myself. I knew then you need to make sure. And I always made it my business, I need to pay attention. So I understand the relationship. Then I understand later it was for my betterment. But before I understood and before I came into the knowledge of Elohim correcting us in the position of a father, I had a natural father first. That natural father did things to me that I didn't agree with, I didn't like, but I understood why. I understand now why. That understanding him give me the understanding to be able, or the patience to be able to endure without quitting when I'm chastised by Yahuwah. Because I have to have confidence in it's for the betterment. Now, the only way that can happen is I had to see results. I'm not going to listen to nobody going to tell me some guy that big around for give me no instructions on lifting no weight and how to get my chest out here. I was like, I'm not just that stuff. I'm saying, he's talking, I'm steady looking at him. You through talking? I got to put this back, I'm finna go back to work. I'm not listening. Joker time, you want to get your leg like this? And that joker leg like this here. See, I'm not trying to listen to that. You know what I'm saying? He told me, stroked out or something happened. He showed me a picture leg was like that. I'll listen because I'm seeing results. And that's important for you. This is why you become ineffective. You haven't seen the results. He's trying to get you to see them. First, we start with this. They're like infomercials. They'll show you stuff, and some of them infomercials, it'll make you say, I'm going to call this thing. Pick that number up, and it looks so quick and fast and easy, too. But then when you get it, you'll really see the work. But if they showed you all the work that had to be detailed to a sign, you wouldn't buy it. They got you with showing you the end result. Showing you first fat pictures. They get them a poke your stomach, got turned sideways, suck it in a little bit, plus we burn it out. Now they see that. They said, 6 weeks. You said 6. What you think they first did? They just bought it, then 6 weeks that with them. They put the work in because they had the desire to obtain. Why you think you ain't got this? and you ain't put the work in, because the work has to match the desire. You see what I'm saying? So it becomes, let me see, I bought that 6-week thing. I'm going to start on it like fifth week. Where y'all think where I'm at? See, the work, but I want that 6 week, because I think if I start the 5th week, next week, I have it. That's how people do for the Alah Ha Dabarym. It's not practical. You start when they're supposed to start to get the end result. Because he said, the day that you hear my voice, a few months after that, then you'll start seeing it. Listen, what you say? That day. He said, in order to get this results. See what I'm saying? Is this making sense what I'm telling y'all? Because what I'm trying to get you to understand and me to understand, everything he told us is obtainable, but you got to sit down and be practical. There is an amount of work and dedication it takes to do it. People who got degrees? Who all got them? They parted the whole time. Okay, you get a check later. But most people had to put in, but there were times you had to put in some hours, some work then.
Right.
There was some all-night that you had to pull.
Right.
There was some time you felt like you weren't gonna pass.
Right.
And what did you do? You said, well, I ain't gonna do it because I ain't gonna pass.
Kept going.
Because the goal was
pass.
That's all he's saying. You know, he'll look at, if you say right now you quit, he's gonna say, I got a problem with him. I got a real problem with this man. What it took you to get the degree? A couple of weeks, months?
5 years.
If I don't get that thing, man, I've been here for an hour. If I don't get it, I'm out. Exactly, that real tight. You look at me, you sat there for 5 years for real? You sat there 5 years and you almost didn't get it, and you pushed to get it. You did whatever you had to take to get it. Some of them did like your code, I cheat to get it. At the end of the day, I want it. And I ain't gonna let that stop me because I set my mind, I set my law to it. So he has a problem with a lot of us. The fact that you can do that and you stay consistent to it because that's your desire. But why wouldn't you put in the time for me? When he look at, I got better results and I got better dividends. Most of what we work for, you ain't even working in the field. You ain't getting paid what you thought it was gonna be worth. Most of you went there and got that student loan and said, man, my first year, I just buckle down and pay that off. How many of y'all said that? Now, you know what? I'm just going, before I do anything else, soon the joker seen the check, them folk ain't thought about that student loan. Them folk defer. Defer. That folk thought you were friends. Defer? Defer? Like you took friend. Nah, I ain't paid my student loan. Defer? Right there. So these are the things we're trying to look at. So now he's telling about for the Father. For they discipline us for a few hours as seemed best in their own. But he is for our
profit.
So his was for our profit. So that we might
share his Kodash.
That's it. So look at Yahushua. He was chastised, wasn't he? What did it yield him? Let's look at yield. Let's look at it, and that's what you want to look at, yields. What did it bring him? The man the second highest ruler in Shamaim and on the lawn. That's what his chastisement proved it. So why is it you willing to take the chastisement of a bad relationship, of everything else you take, of a piss poor job, but when he coming on to give you something for a better profit, it's a problem. He says, so that you will be a partaker of my Kudash, that you will come into this separation. So there is a purpose why, and then if you don't see it that way, then you're going to tend to fight and murmur against that which he's trying to give you for your benefit. See, I've come into the knowledge of, through the Khan of Yahuwah, before I explode and go off, let me sit back and wait and see where we're going. And don't look at everything as being your fault when it happens. So it's people he gotta take it for fault. He got folk that kick up for fault. He needs somebody that can take it when it ain't their fault. Let me see how you take it. Look at Yahushua. You might kept talking about, man, y'all some dirty bastards. All y'all ought to burn in hell. Y'all remember how he was telling the people that? And he kept telling, stay the way you're supposed to do when you're trying to show example. Remember he kept talking about that mouth? But just say don't, because he was trying to show us. I can take it. This is what happened with people. A lot of folks don't. Anybody can take something that they fault. My bad. Like so we play basketball. Here's my bad. So, my bad. Still, my bad. You're right. It's your fault. Why wouldn't you take it? But when it ain't your fault, how you act? See, this is another fault we got. Because I'm good if I did something. If I did something, just let me know. I'll clean up. But don't let me do something. Don't let me have nothing to do. And you call my name, you're going to wish you had them. And he said, that's what I got a problem with right now. I need somebody that ain't did that who can still take it. See, guess what? Because now it makes me a part of his kudah. Remember the separate. Is that the average person mentality? The average person mentality is what? You might come to my face I'm wrong, and you better not try me if I'm right. He got a problem with that. Because he's trying to look at people being a partaker of his kudash. Y'all got what I'm saying? But these are people that's willing to suffer. Because we're looking at at the end of the day, we're looking at what the real result's gonna pay off for. See, a lot of us fall out because we want instant result, instant gratification. Job paying $200. Now I have people now, job, these folks go get him. Listen, man, I have to win a job. Them folks talking about paying $50,000 a year. I said, man, $50,000, I be saying to myself, man, I got to drive a truck, man, $28,000 a year, best you can get. Ain't that right? You're going to be working there. You getting 26 cents a mile, 22 cents a mile. Now folks come out, these folks getting $1. I said, they're way too much money. And then, I ain't seen no driving in years. I'm yet to find a truck driver. These guys not no truck driver. These guys tear up more stuff, more dumber, can't. I ain't never seen so many piss folks in my life calling themselves, just stop it. Man, we getting 22 cents a mile. 22, 24 cents a mile. And you work. Got to get in the truck, go down the street, get out, he took off. He already hit 10-hour break. They had a load day going from him. Guy had an instructor. He was an instructor for, he used to be a truck driver instructor, police officer, had all the credence, all the right. That joker left out here Saturday afternoon, poor Ben in El Paso taxi Monday. Called that joker Monday for the load. That joker's in Alabama, asleep. State Patrol had to find him. They had to call the police. They thought he was dead. State Patrol woke him up. You know, when they called him, you know, they had got him, you know what he did? He had called a broker and rescheduled the load. You know that, the driver. Listen, I'm in Alabama. We didn't get that load here. Oh, they fine. They can't get in there. They double, listen, what they were paying that load, the broker charged them double on it when they took it from them. Double charged them, took it, and don't even call back him. We ain't got no more load for you. The instructor, police, everything in the world. He had every credential he had just to be stupid. From Atlanta to Alabama, he went to sleep. On your way to Texas. People terrible, just terrible people. People want these astronomical. I need $80,000, $100,000. And all I'm trying to figure, if I may, please, and don't take that funny, use a $5 nigga. A lot of y'all, it's nowhere to where we had to come out, hang up the phone or something, y'all. Do y'all know what you got to do for $100,000, $80,000? Oh, y'all sick? I just ain't seen it out of you. I can't see you performing here. I know you ain't performing these folks' job. Folks get an astronomical number. What are you really doing? People don't even take pride in their work. People looking at numbers. It's sad. You can't do nothing more than what you told. Just that here. You so tunnel vision. And most people, I was telling somebody that these folks were stealing. I said, that's how dumb you are. I said, how long you think you'll stand Billy y'all keep stealing? I said, just a matter of time these folks gonna do their numbers. When they do their numbers and realize they lose the more they bring in, nobody's gonna keep that open. You put your nigga down, man, them niggas just close down. Go out all these folks. Ain't no nigga just close down. It's your performance, because they don't think. There's no way this company can keep functioning. I'm stealing time. I'm sorry. I ain't worried about it. And there's a whole bunch of all are gonna be in the street. They gonna listen, when they get through with that 40% raise strike they doing, watch how them folks shut down and move that stuff overseas. I ain't gonna be mad, I'm gonna be glad for it, because most people don't even know business. That makes no sense. The business has to make money because they're footing the bills. You ain't paying for nothing. You on somebody else's job. These crackers get all this money. Tell me them crackers got all that loan. Them crackers own all that equipment. Them crackers who own that building and got to pay for it. Them crackers that pay your insurance. Them crackers that match your 401k. And you dragging. That kills me. People kill me. It's like, shut your mouth. You don't even know what you're talking about. And somebody going to give you 40%. What do you have vested? Your sorry behind, and you want 40% of my profit? People ain't even practical. Nothing out their pocket. Yeah, I need some more money. You need to get out my face, what you need to do. But anyway, let's get better than it got me. This something that touched it touches my spirits. This is 11. And when all discipline comes to us,
we are not joyous in our own, but grievous. But yet afterward it yields the shalom pari of Sadiq, to those who are exercised by it.
See that? So those people who get the benefit, exercise the benefit. See, this is what you want to do before you mum and grumble. Everybody. I want you to go back and I want you to recalculate. That's how you do. Sometimes they do something, a jump, or they send somebody don't make it, they just go back, you recalculate. Recalculate. When the correction comes in that he gives you, really look at where it puts you. It's the information, and it's the mindset that I look at I gain from the correction of it. Because I understand better. When you have enough experience with Yahuwah, it's certain things that just don't make you fall, don't make you move, don't make you cry, and don't make you faint. Because I had the experience of looking at it's always benefiting me. It doesn't when it's happening, but when I weigh it later, I can see the benefit. I deal with somebody who sees farther than me, who knows more than I do, and every now and then, you know how to do. I just got to show you. You know what I say sometimes? I ain't see that one coming. And he said, that was purpose. That was, you know, he ever said that before? I ain't see that one coming. He said that was purpose. Because you know how we're supposed to walk and not. So forgive me if I tell you, I ain't see that one coming. Y'all got it? But I have the confidence because of the relationship and because I stay continuous to make sure I understand. Y'all got it? That understanding gives the ability. Like we look at whatever's written aforetime, written for our learning. This is the writings. The going through without fainting. So then we're trying to get to Nakum, the comfort of. See, once you start to build that relationship, then you have an understanding. That understanding gives me the ability to wait. I don't just not fall out. It's because of the ability. You look at somebody going there and pick up 500 pounds. How they pick it up? Time and chance happened to them all. No, there ain't no time and no chance. That's an ability. Guess when you find a person don't faint, don't fall out? Because they have an ability. That comes because they understand. See, you don't have to. I realize a lot of things I fought against and I fought to defend it because I didn't understand. I ain't had the ability. Why would I wait? I don't have the ability. Now, unless I understand it, unless I seen proven results, unless I get proven results, I don't have the ability. You don't have the ability to do it. Hello? Come on. I don't know. Maybe y'all with me. I don't know. Y'all know. Listen.
Therefore, strengthen the hands that are weak and the knees that are feeble.
Hold on. You didn't read it. Yahuwah,
Therefore, strengthen the hands that are weak and the knees that are feeble.
Where Yahuwah at? What's that? One another. Wait a minute, let me ask you a question. Who you hollering at just now? Who been teaching you? No, he said strengthen one another. Well, no, this is us. This is back to what we're supposed to do. Because he's saying therefore, let's see the verse before that. Right. And when all discipline comes to us, we are not joyous in. It said we're not joyous in our eyes, don't make sense and right, but grievous, which is true. When it's happening, there's no reason to joy in it because we don't understand. You don't have that ability yet. But yet afterward, it yields the peaceable pari, the fruit, which is going to be the shalom pari of Sadiq, righteousness, to those who are exercised by. So somebody said, well, I know when I be getting chastised, I mean, I don't be joyous. That's why he said to those that are exercised by it, those that saw the prophets, those that get the benefits of it. Just like when they tell people you'll go to the doctor, they'll tell you got certain things going. They'll probably tell you a couple of things they want to change. One going to be diet. Another one they want to start inserting something. What do they call it? Exercise. Because they start looking at it's a benefit. So now you don't get it because we're so busy mumbling and grumbling, fighting, or trying to achieve other people's goals or expectation till you don't see the benefits in the correction. See, he has each of us in a certain place for a certain reason. Grow there, understand where you're at there before you try to move somewhere else. The problem that comes with us, you hadn't grown where you're at, and you want to be way down there. That's impractical. It's not realistic. I want to be saved. Give me a hand clap. I want to be saved. Woo! Oh, I got that out. So there it comes. Since you said it, you got it. So now what I got to do, there's some practice I got to start putting in. As I practice, we're talking about practice. There's some practices you're going to start putting in. There are some things you're going to start cutting out. Y'all got just like circumcision and remove. There's some things you got to remove. There's some things you're going to have to implement. Y'all got what I'm saying? It does. You'll see a big bodybuilder guy. That guy, you can go. Go right ahead to one of them health food stores, and you're going to see them in there in the store. You're going to see them getting the protein. They're going to be getting other stuff in it. They know what it take to get that. You'll look, you say, man, they just big. I ain't just big. I got some things I implemented. I got some things I took out. Well, let's start looking at this on the verse end when you start looking at for your salvation. When you see a person obtain the Ruach HaKodesh, it's because there's some things they're going to take out and there's some things they're going to have to implement. Okay? Can we see what implement is, please? P-L-E-M-E-T, implement. A tool, utensil, or other pieces of equipment, especially as used for a particular, that's what you got to do. Implement. Now, tools we're going to use, maybe it's a tool our trade, that's different. But these are tools we're going to take for our trade right here. It's going to be that word. And you're going to have a rah. You're going to have somebody to teach it to you. You're going to have somebody to structure. These are things you're going to implement. Isn't that right? And what you're going to do, the teaching that you take, you have to start applying it. You can go buy all that stuff. If people got all that stuff, protein, all that stuff, and then, you know why? Because they never took it. Or they took it and they stopped. This is the same thing happened to you while you ain't got the Ruach HaKodesh. You know what? I used to you be reading your book. I used to read mine. What I just tell you? I don't read no more. So you see the results. You see what I'm saying? And this one, because people plateau and they just stop, they quit. With this, you continue to grow. Y'all got it? So that's why he uses terminology like exercise. These are things that people know. So he said it's a profit that people that exercise by who start to look at, they're trying to get the results. For us, the results are the Ruach HaKodesh. For others, it might be bigger arm, bigger leg, bigger chest, a cracked back, you know what I'm saying? Back chiseled up. For us, it's the Ruach HaKodesh. So the conversation, how we halak. Y'all got it? The ahad, being able to bridle the tongue. All these things right here are what we will look at as characteristics of. A lot of times people can't do these things. It's hard for them to embody them, but you got to look at what you're trying to achieve. Y'all got it? It's some stuff you do, you'll keep going because it's worth it based upon what I'm trying to achieve. When I tell y'all, people say Ruach HaKodesh, you don't really know what you're saying. Yahushua came down and he had it. Look what he had to do to obtain it. I know he said born with it, but we also watched him receive it. Why? Because he had to comply to something. Him coming down being born with it, how do we say he got it? You came here with it. I'm not impressed. But we saw him receive it. They saw when he was immersed, he pulled back up, but they saw Ruach HaKodesh. They seen him get up from the moot because this is something we had to do. Right? By taking the word and putting it on application. Isn't that right? Application, just like you put an ointment in. Some of them are topical. Isn't that right? And some of them you gotta take intravenously. Some of them you might take oral. Y'all got it? You ain't gonna believe it. We gotta use it all of it. You gotta apply it. Y'all got it? Intravenously as well. Y'all got it? You don't have to eat it. Isn't that right? So I'll eat the whole roll. Again, the goal is to take the word off of here and put it inside of us. But what type of people are we right now? Right now, if you're committing qatar, you're a person gonna reject it. Just like your stomach will. Anything your stomach don't agree with, it's giving it back up. It's gonna come out in the drought, or you pushing it, or you gonna vomit. You're gonna definitely, it's coming back up. Isn't that right? Because the body has rejected it. This is what you've done with the word. You just hadn't known it. Where your defecation, your vomiting comes up is your actions. Because you heard it, but you didn't keep it down. Y'all got it? So basically, you see all these things we do naturally that you know and you pick up. You know you reject it when you hear him. They go in there, your ear works just like the stomach. They take it in and say, kick that back. I mean, we ain't doing no stupid stuff. That stuff crazy. I'm doing some other stuff. It's bad. It's bad when I can put this, hear it, but then I can still plot something in my mind. See, this is it, okay? First of all, what type of people are we? I want you, when I say we, I know what type of person I am, okay? And don't need to tell no lie. Don't you tell no lie. I ain't gonna ask you no question, tell no lie. You know what type of person you are. You can hear this and you can still plot to do wrong. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. That means one can override the other. The one that need to override everything need to be the word. You know what I'm saying? When they come, the word needs to be able to override and subdue. They understood that when he made them a Kudash people, he sent them in and do it. He said, nation, it'd be more than them. He said, I don't care if it's more than them, take them down. Because he was trying to show them the power of. Because you are willing to, because you submit to, you have the ability to take them down. They said, don't let them numbers overthrow you. So when it came to those, these were physical, natural things they saw they did. This was not no spiritual. These people were totally carnal. He said, watch the spirit start moving. Only they saw the spirit move when it went down, it separated the waters. They saw things like that happen. Other than that, these people saw all physical attributes. They knew it was of the Ruach of Elohim that certain things happened because these weren't things that would normally happen. But typically everything they saw was practical. It was physical. They ate physical food, and those physical foods healed them. He's like, they weren't sick. Nobody come out there and put no napkin on nobody, lay on nobody. Them folks were sick. Right, we got right here. When Koski y'all was sick, you remember how Mushak came in and prayed over him and said, take up your bed and walk? They didn't do nothing. Yeshayahu, they called Isaiah, came and told him, take some fig leaves. Told Yahuwah heard you. Now take some fig leaves and put them on her, and that's how he was healed. Isn't that right? He obeyed what Elohim told him, and then he did application. You sit and listen, and you already rejected it. It don't even get past your. Your life has to be so clear and open to his control to where you can allow it to come in and resonate. So it can come in and designate. Y'all got it, and you can stop procrastinating. Because right now where you at, you just get it, you hear it, you say it ain't going no further than that. Now y'all got a screen in it. It's like a catcher glove and throw that junk. What a catcher when he get the ball? He just hold him. What a catcher when he catch it? He get it, he said, that's it. It's over with. I'm keeping this. This thing ain't going nowhere. He get that thing out here, throw it straight back over to the pitcher. So you throw it. This is what I'm do every time. That's what your ear do. Because you don't have the ability. You need the ability in order to be able to do this, okay? That's why it's important to get the binah, the understanding. That's all other, that's the ability. How can okay, he give me something to do. 2 plus 2. Unless he can explain to me how you got 2 plus, how this became this, I lack the understanding. I lack it. Once he explains to me how 1 and 1, 2, 1 and 1, 2 is 4, and I comprehend that, now I have the ability to do. Y'all got it. They come and answer. A lot of stuff you try to do, you don't have the ability. And that's because you have other things that are fighting. Yeah, you have a resistance. Hello? Some people just like everybody do, build a resistance up against disease. You build a resistance up against obeying the word. You've been doing it so long. You learn how to take some and you build a resistance up that you don't obey it. You don't allow yourself to comply to it. There's some people never caught COVID. Who in here never caught COVID? Y'all never caught it. See, some people never caught it because their body learned how to build a resistance. Your body just did similar to what they did when they come to the word. It don't matter what it's saying, I ain't gonna do it. It ain't gonna overtake me. See, we talking about submissive. This submissive will. So the Ruach ain't gonna fight with you. Not to make you do it. You have to submit to this. I'm just being honest. You have to submit to it. It's a submissive will. Everything he telling you to do is you obligating yourself to give up whatever you're doing. Huh? Anything he tell me to do, because that's what I do. Everything he said don't do, that's what I do. So he'll give it to me if I stop doing everything that I do. That means I got to do it, and I got to be willing to be submissive to it. And let's just be honest. I say we inclusively, as everybody watching it here, let's just be honest what your problem is, why you don't have it. It's because you don't obey and you don't have a submissive will. Can we see what a will is, please? I'm sure it's going to show us a paper writing something else. Might tell us something else. Let's see what it is. Because if we don't know, then we don't know. Don't put Smith in. Expressing the future tense, which, writing. Expressing what? Inevitable events. I don't know. Have a tendency to or bound. Expressing desire, consent, willingness. Okay, we'll do that. Expressing facts about ability, capacity. Expressing habitual behavior. Expressing probability or expectations about something in the presence. Let me say, that's what I want. I don't know if it's more or less given. Okay. The faculty by which a person decides on and initiate actions. Will. That's it right there. This is what you got to look at. The faculty by which a person decides on and initiate action. This is your problem. How do you decide that? What are you doing? Can we see what the faculty is? Let's break this down to the most common, the simplest point. In order to do this, we got to get down to the simplest point because we missed it. Come on. It ain't a matter of we're dumb. It ain't a matter of we lack the education. We lack the education that comes down to obtaining the ruach. Because we assume it's something like what man does, and it's not. This is something man doesn't do, submit to a will. That's just being honest, submit to a will. And that's what we got to start learning how to do. But to do it, you got to see it works for you. An inherent, there's not inheritance, an inherent mental or physical power. That's what you got to use, a mental, physical power. Y'all see that? The faculty, it's got to be your mental. It's got to get in your mind. That's J.B. Sean. He said that you might be renewed by what that is? By the renewing of your what? So that's how we're going to get to the will. He said, let this faculty be in you, which is the mind. That mental state, let the mental be in you, which was also who thought it not what? To be who? Equal with but did what? Made himself of no reputation. There was a man with the ability to have to do, yet he humbled himself to make himself of no reputation. You know who else who did that? So did Adam. You got it right what Adam told you about him? No. Who told you about him? The writer told you about it. He told you, let another man praise you, not your own lips. He said, let him make us like us. That's what he said. And let him have. So why would he brag about it? Why would he make himself up a reputation? If I can do what Alah do, you think I'm going to be quiet? I'm going to tell it. But yet he looked at how he carried himself. Yahushua looked at that. He never made himself no reputation. What we say? Man, Adam could swim out there with the fish. Adam could get up people, whatever it might. Adam could fly with the bird. Adam, he very well could have. But let me say, did he ever tell you that? Because it wasn't about making himself no reputation. Even though having, yet still been able to submit and to make himself a no reputation. Ain't that right? Humbling himself. This is something we might look at. Well, I don't get it. What's the purpose of being this? And then, because humility is what we're trying to get other people to see. See, what a lot of times people, when he give you things, everybody think it's about you being showy, but it's not. It's about showing and manifesting the will of Elohim. See, the problem don't become things. The problem become that people let things possess them. I have to learn I possess the things I have. They don't possess me. They don't make character. And a lot of times, things make characters. A lot of rappers, take it from them. There was how much, what y'all see about Antonio Brown right now? When he was on that field, it was the hair, it was the car, it was everything. And Antonio Brown looking around. I'm just using since he out of football, what you say? Because that was the life. That made him. I'm just using it now, just using it. Take any people, any rapper, take it from him and see what you say. No, nothing. It ain't nothing. If I ain't got that, I ain't got nothing. I remember Chad Johnson in Oko Cinco. He was all up, Oko Cinco, ride the bull, run. They took football away. Who cares what he ride now? They care if he crawled. Because a lot of times people don't realize, because we allow these things to make us and shape us. Yet when he made that on, Elohim shaped him. That's what he's trying to do. I'm trying to make you. You ever see them folk that do? They do a makeover, house makeover. That's what they're doing. He's doing a makeover. I want to give you a different look. See, the only thing about what those people do to everybody admire, and they immortalize these people, as soon as these people lose it, they done. They don't have nothing. They have nothing. Absolutely nothing. And this is what people want. People build their life. They basically build their life based off of people that really don't have nothing. Having a character, having a mindset, being somebody that people can look to and have confidence in is more than money. And look at Trump. Trump got money. Who want to be Trump now? Man, going to 3 different court cases. You flying to New York to Georgia and to Washington, D.C. Between Washington and Georgia, you going to jail. Who want to be that billionaire? See what I'm saying? Everybody wants you when you up and going. If he told you the truth right here, tell you, he'll get that junk up and go to work. He got to keep up an image because people pushing. Man, I'm going to be 80 years old and I'm looking at going to prison. What you think, and I was the president, what do you think I'm thinking about? Man, I used to be president. At least I got president. This is embarrassing. It's this taper. I hate everything I got. You get sued for everything you think about. It ain't worth it. What people, and then this is the thing, we look at it and we want it so bad that we don't consider where's your relationship with your creator. Because above all that, when you lose all that, because I don't care who you are, whether it's saved or sinner, you're going to be tested, you're going to be tried. And if you're not grounded and rooted in him, you're going to give up. You're going to turn. And that's my goal, to make sure we establish ourselves to whatever situation he put us in, we learn how to still be beholden to him. We still have the confidence and we still have a lifestyle that's pleasing to God, versus you just got things, and when your things are gone, just like you ain't got nothing. Important? That's what you want to consider. That's a little different. I know this ain't what you want to hear. So we got that faculties, the inherent mental or physical power. Okay, the aptitude or talent for doing something. Please, no, you don't have this. Please get rid of talent. Come on, let's go back to what we were reading. Where's that? Was we at 12? We read this 11, 12. Therefore,
strengthen the hands that are weak and the knees that are feeble.
Listen what he told you.
And make straight the paths for your gall.
You see what he told you? Come on.
So that the lame may not be put out of the Dabarym, but it shall be healed.
See what he told you? Think about this. How many? Give me a correlation. Hand. What sense this make to you? Hand. How many of this don't make sense? You count. Okay, everybody, that's good. Then come on, I'm gonna get y'all up one by one. Come on, this row. Then come here. How many of y'all? Give me what you thinking. How they understood it? Hands. Come on. Yeah. So now this is basically what it told. What you just read right here basically was a cover story. Okay. When those people brought in offerings and sacrifices, zabak. When they brought them, they was rejected if they had a spot, curved spine, broke leg, hoof, or a wide nose. All these were rejections. Well, now he's telling you the key what you need to do. You need to get that straight. Basically, so let me ask you something. So if my knees weak, he just told me you need to strengthen them. Cause I come down like down here, that man said, "Where you going?" I'm trying to come. He said, "Not here. You've been rejected." So he tell me what you need to do. You need to get that straightened out. So now let's start looking at all your works. All your works are curved spines, flat nose. Y'all hear that? Broken legs. And by our Torah, when you came up, the offering, it's rejected. We know you. Where you going? Turn around, bro. I seen you all the way back there. Turn around. What's wrong? What's wrong with me? You know what's wrong with me. He tell you what it was. He said you need to fix it so he can heal you. Okay. They understood this. They understood you need to fix it if you're trying to get it in. If you're trying to get it, you need to fix yourself. And now we know how to do it by applying what he's given us as directives, telling us what we need to do. This is how we're going to fix it. Y'all got it. He's giving you a cover story, what you need to start looking at doing. You need to get your stuff together. He said, it's going to be turned out of the way rather than it being healed. Hello? He told the same thing. He said, when he came and spoke to people, he said, lest they see with their who? And hear with their who? Ears. And understand with their who? And then he said, and I do what to them? And I heal them. And what happened? So how you going to fix the leg? How you going to fix this? How you going to fix this leg and these knees? The arms and knees? How you going to fix them? What you say? I can't hear. What you say? I'm sorry. What don't need to be fixed? What I was trying to correlate, you got 2 checks already, don't worry about it. That's 2 of them already, you and them Falcons. So listen, and them sorry braids. So anyway, it's personal. Now, but so when he told you to look, we won't have to back up to 12. He told you about fixing those arms, those weak arms, and he told you about those feeble knees. And he told you and about making the straight path for your feet, so that the lame may not be put out of the way, but it shall be healed. So we're going to start looking at what he told him to talk about with the hearing of the ear. If we can hear with our ear and see with our eyes and understand with our law, he said, then he said, I'll heal you and you be converted. Okay? That's how we're going to look at these arms being weak, by start listening. By making sure we use the intelligently, the eyes, the sight of the eye, using it intelligently, not for the lust. Listen, it's important. This he gave me for intelligence. Y'all gave me for appearance. I'm going to take this to white Buddhists. He says it's not intelligent. So I'm not you. Listen, it's too many things that are working around you. I know people say, that thing down. So now I'm going to miss something. Simply because this the problem becomes because he done told me what to do with them. Mm-hmm. Since I opted out to use them for something else, I lack an ability now. Mm-hmm. I know people think, I mean, what did he give you eyes for? I gave you eyes for appearance. I gave you eyes for knowledge. I gave you eyes for this. Just like a lot of things he gave them in the gun, but then you took and you made your own way. And now in doing it, you became blind. Y'all got it, because there are things you missed. I tried to give you a protocol on how to use them so you can also see my appearance. That's why why y'all think these folks out here go? If everybody in the world knew what was going on right now, ain't nobody trying to rob no bank. These folks start, man, this ain't important to me, man. We finna die. A lot of stuff you ain't got, it's a lot of stuff I ain't even wasting time with. Listen, I ain't even, man, I'm gonna kill all that time. Man, this man finna crack this cloud on me. And I get caught in the middle of this. He said, so you weren't worried about appearance because your eyes get full of, so he told me before, the eyes so full of, what was it? Adultery that they could keep, okay, this time I try to get you out. They can't cease from sin. He said, I have an eye full of adultery, they can't cease from committing qatar. Why he said the eyes keep them from doing it? Why would the eyes have something to do with it? Wouldn't that come from the heart? Because that's what they see. So it's important to look at how the eyes are to be used, how the heart, why do you think he want that heart empty and full for him? Because when that heart full for him, there's a lot of things you realize, man, I can't do that. I'm going to tell you how we wind up doing it, because it ain't full. It's still room in it. Okay. The whole purpose the man try to understand, if you love me with all your heart, all your mind, practically, there is no way you can go do the stuff you're doing. So your actions show where your heart's at. If you did what I told you, you couldn't possibly have the ability to go do that. It's not there. You don't have it. Like they said, he talk about unless a root of bitterness spring up. How that gonna happen? Seed, plant. How y'all pick that up? How y'all know that? It's impossible unless it's been seeded. So he's telling you, if you filled your law with me and what I gave you to do, it's impossible you to be able to do it. I just give them enough to get by. Like folks do that. Really, you know how we serve Yahuwah? Like good time. They'll get something, get $2,500. Then they had to give it up, and they had just enough. Well, at least we got enough to get something to eat and pay it. They never got over enough. You know that? They never got over enough. That show is a great replica for the so-called Negro in the black church. And he said, you never get it, because they live to that, though. They live to that. And now you don't realize you live to being right at failure. Versus, you gotta change things. You can't make this about my marriage, and then this gotta really be about you. This can't be involving nobody but you. This is about me. This is about where I need to be. I gotta be good when I leave here. I've been doing this for a while. We're now in a season where we look to be the people to see the world in. People came for, it's only 2 people ever done this, okay? That was the people in the Newark time and us. We are the only 2 sets of people who've ever seen the world in. Where you need to be at? Where you need to be at? That be honest, where you at? Where you at in your living? You can't take nothing. You can't endure nothing. Man, that man said, bear all things, hope it all things, believe it all things. Where you at? Okay, that's on y'all. So we know what you ain't got. This is another problem. Because this thing you got to have in order to obtain the Ruach HaKodesh. You have to have a desire so great above everything else you doing or have. Man, y'all made losses I done took. Major losses. Major losses. Major. And y'all see me cut the food around here about it. Because at the end of the day, that ain't my all in. And I've said it, but it had to be proven. You want that relationship. We want the relationship without the experience. We want like this, right? This relationship here is great. It don't cost you nothing. It don't hurt you nothing. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace. Who read that? Who been in that fiery furnace? See, that's why it's okay. Did y'all cry when you read it? Why? It really didn't have nothing to do with you. It's on now. You over here. Although it look like you this close to the screen, you light years away because you ain't that person. You're not in that mindset. You understand where you have to be in a relationship to be able to be there? That I'm good with not being delivered? No, you don't understand that. See, anybody, a person sick with cancer, what they waiting on? Why are they going to the cancer treatment center? Either way, everybody with them, you know what they're saying? You're going to beat this. Nobody telling the truth. Even if you don't beat it, he's still too. You don't say no foolishness like that. Them folks come out there and say, what you say? You ain't never Satan yourself. Why would you say that? Come on, they weren't letting you were Satan. I'll go in the room, somebody held down the counter. What they looking at me to come here and tell them? He gonna listen now. Listen, Yahuwah able. Yahuwah get you up. Instead of telling the truth, if he don't get you up, he able. Go to just go in and walk in them rooms and go in there. So I come with words of comfort. Why has security come? Why they get? Because nobody don't want the truth. He does not have to deliver me or fix the situation. He has the ability. He needs you to be good with that. He don't need everybody good with him if I do what you want. He said, I'm not your boy. You mine. How many of y'all here got furniture in your house where you stay? How many of the furniture dictate the house? Dictate to you, tell you. Where you put it at? Where did it want to go? Where did it tell you it want to be? Where you put it? You ain't gonna believe it. Man, I'm furniture. Everybody from this your new obligation. You furniture. You be where he tell you to be. Where he put you, you stay there till he move you. Huh? That's how y'all hear the way of y'all. Everybody find out you furniture. Y'all got me? I find out you ain't furniture, I'm gonna get rid of you. Think about it, get in the house. Come on, I'm the couch. Come on. I'm gonna use I'm the couch. Put me where you want me. Put me where you want me. Man, get my friend ain't going over there. How long you gonna keep me? No. Not long. You ain't gonna believe it. He been rejected us. I hope I ain't want to do no belly blows. Man, ain't never letting that go. I told he gonna talk some preacher. So I've been working, I said, I'll kill you. You put me. Listen, had that turtle head drop like that and tell that, I ain't where I need to be. I'm still growing. That don't count, I'm still growing. At least I'm on it, right? Why I'm gonna do that thing, do like that and tell like that and come? I got it. There gonna be time. So yeah, well, prison. I'm gonna have to lie. I'm like, what's wrong, brother? They'll be like, oh, he ain't done it. Because you got to play it off. You pray later. No. But no, I'm just messing with you. But these are things we have to look at. When you understand the process, then it's a little easier. Y'all got to say, how many of y'all don't like shots? Don't like them. I tell them, I asked them, I said, can you just shoot me? She said, that's more pain. I said, that little thing right there, that thing break off in there. I had one lady one time. They love me. I got veins in my hands. So I go, they be like, when they get ready to get a shot, them bad busters. She said, oh yeah, I'm good. She kept going. She said, I can't. I said, she kept, she said, what are you doing? I said, hold on for a minute. Are you serious? I got veins in my head. She tells her, you know what? You got rolling veins. I said, no, I don't. I said, I ain't never. She started telling, quit telling that lie. You don't know what you, man, that woman stuck me somewhere. I said, listen. I said, we finna be done. I said, I don't even like, I said, we can't do it. I said, tell myself, you doing that. How I'm gonna make my veins move my arm? Instead of just tell the truth, stop lying. You don't know what you're doing. Somebody had to come. I said, I told, we done. We ain't done. I don't even do shots. I'm like, I told somebody, they told me get some more blood. I said, for what? I said, it's the same blood. I said, take what you already had. They said, we don't keep all that. I said, I don't know why. I'm keeping what I got. What? You don't see me right here just throwing mine away. When you got it, you supposed to hold on to that. Talking about you need some more. You left out here with tubes. What are you trying to? You left out here with gallon tubes. What do you need now? Man, that thing's so slow. Yes, well, I like, listen, don't look for no more now. I come back. Y'all need to keep down the shelf. Said, this me. And then every time, so something could change. Ain't that change? I'm gonna be the same nigga when I come back. Isn't that right? So I just want us to understand at the end of the day, the process of what we have to do in order for change. Come on, right? Come on, finish. I'm trying to get y'all finished. Get ready to take up their money. I'm trying to let y'all go. I appreciate y'all, though. I hope this helping. This is what he told you to do.
Pursue shalom with
Let's
all
see what
understanding.
pursue is. Let's see what pursue means. In the King James Version, it said follow. Same thing. See, follow, same thing. You see what he told you to do? Now, you got to ask yourself now, are you doing this? Follow someone or something in order to catch or attack them. That's what you got to do. What are we trying to do? We're trying to catch it. 400 years ago, they're trying to catch the Holy Ghost. That's what we're doing pursuing. We're trying to catch the Alah Ha Dabarym. Y'all know the people were pursuing Yahushua. For what reason? So they could catch him. But you can't get him till you catch him. So when we understand these words and understand the definition, it gives a different outlook on how you start to work and how you start to view things. I encourage everybody to take your time and slow down, to really look at what you're doing, because it doesn't make sense to do something for this longer period of time and you don't have real growth and you don't have real strength. It doesn't make sense. It's not practical. It's not realistic unless there are some other mitigating factors, you know what I'm saying, that's kind of stringing along with it, that's kind of hindering us from obtaining this. This obtaining of the Alah Ha Dabarym is somewhat slight complex, and the reason why it's slight complex is because of man. Man has a way, man has an ideology. It's complex because of that, because man has desires and wills of himself, a will of himself. Elohim wants man to totally submit. Not some total submission is what he seeks. Y'all got what I'm saying? Total, completely, nothing left out. Does not mean you cannot live, you cannot operate, you cannot marry. Oh, for me to be told, because people have, that means I can't have no way, I can't buy a car, I can't really, people, they'll say stuff stupid. Really, you can't breathe. You can't eat, because people want to, you always make stuff out of practicality in order to justify why you don't do it. Everything he has to do is practical. Owned by, paid for, not with money, but with the precious dung. Okay? So once you own and purchase something, what rights do you have to it? Man buy some property. How much of that property he don't have control of? How much? But he bought. So if he buy 2 acres, how many acres he in control of? He not. How many he in control of? Okay, if he buy 3 acres, how much he in control of? If he bought 16 acres, how many acres he in control of? So if he bought the whole along, how much is he in control of? Okay, that got that. Yahuwah said that's what I purchased. I purchased the whole along. So you ain't gonna believe how much you want to control. All of it. So that's gonna be, and with the contents that in. If you buy the property, if there's a structure on the property, they can own the property but not own the structure. It's on their property. You ain't gonna believe it. You say, well, I ain't land. You property. That's on my land. I own you too. I want to, break it down to what we tell. How many of y'all gonna be told if you bought 20 acres and there's 4 houses on it that you can, you got control of one of the garages? That gonna be practical? It's not gonna be. What you gonna want to control if you own the 20 acres and you bought? Let's hold on. Thank for y'all speak. So if you buy 20 acres and there's 4 houses on it, you buy. How much? What house do you want? This man here talking about all 4. Somebody else help me out. What house do you want? House, singular. Everybody 4? Not 3. 1. How many people do you? 1. So 1 house. How many Alehims is it? And he said, whatever I own, I want all that. And still be 1 Alehim. Once we acknowledge that, then we start to live to that creed that Alehim owns, Alehim controls, Alehim made. Y'all got it? Alehim paid for. Y'all got it? Alehim give, Alehim take away. That's how I start to look at things I get, things I lose. Somebody gave it to me. Somebody take it away. I don't like it. I'm the person I don't like it. I'm like, ugh. They had to come back and say, okay, what are we gonna do with that? I keep moving. That's just how I operate. They say, I don't know how you do it. I ain't got no choice. One man give, one man take away. Because out the wire, it's going to get, well, you want to start with me? You're going to say, you want to question me? Me and you finna do this? Because I can remove you. See, I'm grateful for the fact he had removed me. I ain't always been that person though. I'm not telling you something I've always done. I come into the knowledge of, as we get closer to the end, and realize, I guess that's why it got me kind of talking a little slower too, because I want everybody to consider your decision. What role are you playing? You need to fill in the, we got a lot of empty spots, okay? A lot of empty spots in his writings. Not because writings were duplicated or somebody came back and changed. It's because he's looking for people to fill these spots. Now you have an opportunity when situations come up to fill those voids. What choice do you make? I ain't the preacher. I'm just one person. All the excuses you use are the excuses they're going to cause you to burn. They're there and they're written for your admonition, for your warning. They're also there to give you the opportunity to try to assess and let's start making what's more conducive to us obtaining the Ruach HaKodesh and eternal alarm. The Ruach HaKodesh ain't no good if I can't get eternal alarm. There's another spirit that a man and a woman has to have outside of the spirit of life. Everybody had the spirit of life. You know, we say to people, man, they ain't got no God in them. They ain't got, how they don't have it in the people living? Who give life? So everybody got a part of them in it. There's another part we have to obtain, okay? You've obtained the first part, you're alive. Salvation is only to the living. Now we got to obtain the Ruach HaKodesh. We need to obtain a spirit, a Ruach, the wind, that allows us to bypass this short period of time that you have in life, okay? Now we got to get to where we bypass after death. After death, we got to do a bypass. That's what they do with the heart. They do a bypass. They go and apply you got some blocked arteries that hurt. That's all a bypass is. We're just going around it. 285 is a bypass. It just gets you around it. Y'all got it? So now we got a bypass that gets us around death alarm. That with the Ruach HaKodesh. See, if that Ruach being you, that's the one that'll get you up. And it'll quicken and make you alive. That's what Yahushua got up by, the Ruach HaKodesh. See, we seen people walk and live in it. We ain't seen nobody get back up with it. That's what he showed us. It's a bypass. See, it's other people that stay asleep. Hello? Listen, this is a deep conversation. And I'm not going to try to hold y'all long. I really want people to kind of bask and really just kind of let it kind of just saturate and really consider it. You can do it. The whole thing becomes will. Where you at with your faculties, with your mental state? It's a mental state. It really is. It's a mental state. Where are you with your faculties in doing this? Some people, based off relationship, they're going to try to work it with their spouse or significant others, or try to work it with their kid. That's a good, well, it's not as bad. According out right, it tells you to work out your own soul salvation. How it make you feel? How am I make somebody else feel? They might be in a different place. Some people, boom, they said, I wasn't scared. Because they're in a different place. So you work it out with fear and trembling. I have to make sure that I am afraid of this man enough to where I don't impede. Once he set a barrier, once he sets a precedent, I can't impede that. And that only happens because of a fear and a reverence. It starts with the fear. He said that's where the beginning of your wisdom starts. That's the kakma, which means that's my skill set. People say, preacher, you're pretty good at what you do. That skill set comes because of wisdom, kakma, okay? That's a skill set. I've learned to develop a skill of, that's not profitable, so I don't do it. It's a skill. You might see somebody get a ball, spin on their finger. Everybody can't do that. They practice a skill. I have a skill. That said, don't impede. I work to make sure I don't go against. I make sure I flow with. If the water's coming this way, I need to be going this way. If I'm going this way, I'm going against. Y'all got it? There's going to be a resistance on both ends. I learned to stop going against and learn to go with. Hello? Okay, Yahushua said, I'm tired of working when it comes to the mouth, believe it or not. Even if I went their way, he said, you still going that way. Because he said you can do nothing against the truth. It'll be for the truth. Only a man like him can set a will there. Even if you went against it, it's still for the truth. Huh? It's to show the truth gonna stand, you're gonna fall. If I go with it, it's gonna go that the truth is right, and even he learned you follow the path. You know how people learn how to read constellations on how to travel and find direction? People in there. Why people don't learn him to learn how to travel and how to move and how to go? If people follow, you follow rivers, creeks lead the river, lead the streams lead the rivers lead the ocean, then you lead the big bodies of water and lead your way out. And folks don't look at how to do it. These situations we get, small, run into bigger situations. But if you wait, they'll lead you into the bigger end trying to get you to go. They'll learn all this natural stuff. They won't sit down and learn the things about the natural man. The natural man, how he devises plans and schemes. The natural man, how he does not consider. It's natural for a man to scheme. It's natural for a man to sleep. It's natural for a man to lie. It's natural for a man to steal. It's natural for a man to lust. It's natural for a man to fornicate. It's natural for a man to commit adultery. That's why he rejected the natural man. He said, I try to get the natural man to be rotten. Because the natural man can do that. Who else will do it? What spirit have adultery? No, man will do it. Because man is accepting to it. Something you accept. I don't want to accept it. I don't accept it. Y'all got it? I accept the will. Just be submissive. Have the confidence, but you need to have confidence. Only way you get confident, allow him to just do and lead as he do. It's hard. It's hard. Because everything you want to fight it. Because if I can't see it, it don't make sense. If I don't know it, I don't want to do it because I need to know it. That's how we are. I need to know it. Can't do nothing you don't know. And you're going to use that practicality and you're going to wind up fighting again. You know what you're going to find yourself? You're going to be sitting here for years and you know the truth going to come out to be. You come back to be worse than you was before you came. Because before you came and when you came, you had your mind set on, listen, man, I got to get this thing right. I ain't trying to die. I ain't trying to burn. I got to be right. And now you right him. You gave up, I got to be right till I'm right him. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Because you're getting the information now on what to do, but it's all about your heart. Your heart will make a fool out you. Y'all got, why y'all think T.W.O.Y asked for, he asked him about that one, the one he had. He said, I like this one right here, dust this one out. He already had one though. See that? He realized, I need you to come inside. I need you to establish another one. I need you to take this one. I need you to make it better. I need you to create one. Bara, I create. See, he realized, if I created the one, he looked at the one I created. One day I was on top of my roof. And I seen this woman bathing. And I was just looking, minding my own business. Then I said, oh, somebody go tell her to come here. And when she came, I laid with her. I knew I was wrong. And a little while later, her husband came back. When her husband came back, she was pregnant. And I knew this was going to be a mess. I said, I got to get him to go in so this don't come up. He wouldn't do it. That thing got so messy. And I was so scared it was going to come out. So I did what was right. I sent him out to the battle. And when he went out, I gave him a letter. And I told the kid to the captain of the host. And when he read, it said that when the battle got hot, draw back. And when he did, somebody shot from the wall and killed Uriah. They sent a messenger back to tell me. And he told him, watch my body to see what my reaction was. When I told him we were fighting and we went up to the city, we were not to the wall. And one of the shooters shot and killed Uriah. He let him know it happened like that sometimes. That was because of the heart I had. That I would realize that heart, it'll start off on something. That thing, I just look. You ain't never seen it, you just look. But I look too long. And my look, he just showed her, when he tell you not to do something that you think that you ain't doing and you think you stronger than somebody else, that's where you're going to mess up at. Don't do it. I seen vagina cuts. I seen butt tuck, hug, rug, squeeze the pants. Said, hey! That's how the Buddha was. The Buddha said, hey! I said, I don't even hear you. I keep moving. I ain't trying to say, well, where I'm at, I can look at this Buddha and it don't hurt me. This the danger part. I told you don't do it. Now, why are you saying what you didn't do? What you didn't do is do what I told you to do. There's a reason why I told you not to do it. Because it goes with you complying to what I told you. But us, I ain't weak like these other brothers. I'm in a different place than these brothers is. He said, that's the problem. Because all supposed to be in the same place. We're all supposed to speak the same thing. The goal is to get to the same place. So it's a lot of stuff you'll do and you'll think you're okay. You're not. That's what T.W.O.Y showed us. He showed. All it started was a look. You think before he looked, he had been sitting around that whole day, I want to get somebody killed. I ain't lying. Somebody, I want to kill somebody. I just want a nigga to get shot. Man, I don't know why I feel like that. Then I want to go look at some Buddha. It just happened. So you know what happened? What? It teach us how guarded you got to stay on every situation. Like folks said, let your guard down. They tell you about keep your guards up at all times. Remember the time Floyd knocked that boy out and he went bump good? And everybody, and they cut Larry murder. He said, that's the rules. You're supposed to keep your guards up at all times. He's the one we bumped. He said, that was it. Everybody, Floyd, Floyd, let me get this straight. I'm a cheat when this is the rules. That man, when the ref said break, that man ran into me and hit me with his head when he was on and the ref said break. That's the rules. I'm telling the ref. So the ref brought back bump. He bumped, yo, out. Man, Florida cheat. I knew Florida couldn't beat that man. This the rules. You supposed to protect yourself at all times. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. You failed. You didn't listen to the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Don't take nothing slight. Some slight get big, because once you get caught, you got to cover it. And now to show you where your heart. See, T.W.O.Y, though a man of the laws out of him on heart, wanted an excuse to go do what he did. Don't ever take that the office allow us to say, well, because when I'm at, I can do. No, you do what everybody else do. Don't touch it. Don't eat it. He said, for all the perish with the using thereof. He said, that's it. All the perish. For you do it. Because Uzziyahu, he thought he can go and offer and sacrifice it. He shouldn't have. He died behind that. So he give you an order. That's the order. See, and you know why we going to die? Because you didn't follow the order. Okay? I want y'all to, I'm going to let you, I really want y'all to think on what you heard. Okay? Not just this Layla, this you. I want you to think on what you've been hearing. I want you to look at you. Okay? We'll go further here. I don't have a problem with this. The problem is, it's hard doing this when you so far away. You're not practical, you're not logical, you're not reasonable, you're not consistent. You're not willing. Then what are we trying to do? Y'all heard what I just told you, not right? What are we trying to do again? Somebody tell me. Say it, I can't hear you. Say it louder. Do what? Get the ruach. Is it practical if what I just said is true? It's impractical. So we're going to stop doing impractical things. We're going to start doing what's practical. What's practical is let's make sure we get the adjustment that needs to be made here. So when this comes, everything starts to fall in line. Y'all got it? That's all. Let's just be practical. Let's make sure we go through, examine ourselves. Because sometimes you look at this, when you're looking at these people, you are these people. You are these people. Okay? So let's start getting practical and look at where I see where you failed at. It doesn't make sense for me to try it. You failed at this, and it was written for me to learn. You failed when you tried it. T.W.O.Y looked at a little booty, and that booty went into somebody died. That went to his son dying, because I visited the Kataim. Or you think that was the original intention when he looked over there and seen her? He probably just gonna look and probably say, man, I gotta look one more time. I'm up here, I ain't doing it. How somebody getting hurt? I'm up here, who peed on you? One ain't me, see? Who peed on you? But think about it. He way up here, you don't realize That show you how far your heart will stretch to go outside the will of Allah. Stop thinking you so removed. You're closer than what you're thinking. Y'all got it? Yes, sir. That's two.